Welcome out to It's All Been Done Radio Hour. This week we have a new episode of Morning Show for you. Now before we get to that, we would like to thank It's All Been Done Presents, our wonderful parent network. It produces podcasts, written work, video, and more. You can check it out at IABD Presents, which just got a cool new redesign. And don't forget to support us at patreon.com/IABD. A mere $2 donation will get you access to past live streaming shows, as well as exclusive bloopers and video. And now, without further ado, It's All Been Done Radio Hour.
Our next feature today is Morning Show. Morning Show is a morning radio program in Columbus, Ohio. Its producer is Shelly Meyers.
30 seconds to air.
Host Pat Schock embraces the hard-hitting news the show has become.
1 second, I just need to polish my opening.
While co-host Gus Goodale wishes they'd stuck to comedy.
Well, she said you had 30 seconds, Pat, so yes, you've got one.
Previously on Morning Show, the program exposed the crimes of Mayor Regina Hayes, an associate of the station's boss, Brooks Dillon. Brooks wasn't happy at first, but is now attempting to groom Shelly to run in his circle of the rich and powerful. Also, there was a virus outbreak in which the infected resembled zombies on the West Coast, which has now spread to Mexico. Today's episode, Evaluation. We begin in the studio conference room after the broadcast, as Shelly, Pat, and Gus go through tomorrow's rundown.
All right. So we are going to talk about construction having started on the border wall, as well as the refugee program President Anderson has set up for Mexicans in the infected areas.
You mean the lack of a refugee program?
There are plans in the works, Gus.
Not that Congress will pass any of them.
Do we have any new information on that front, Shelly?
Nothing major, Pat. But you're going to do an interview with a member of the virus task force.
Great. Send me the name and I'll prep this afternoon.
Well, what's the point of an interview with them if we don't have any new information?
How do you think we get new information, Gus?
Well, I don't know, Pat, but not from an overly prepared interview.
Okay, so next we are going to...
Don't let me interrupt.
And you are?
Allie Friedan, please continue.
Well, excuse me, Miss Allie Friedan, but this is a private meeting.
Oh, of course. I'm not even here.
Yes, but you are here.
She's with me, Gus. Good to see you again, Allie.
Likewise.
Why is she here?
Gus, no need to be rude.
No, I'm not trying to be rude, but I mean, we are having a meeting here about our show, and she's not a part of our show, are you?
Nope.
Okay, well, then again, why is she here?
Gus, she's doing an evaluation.
An evaluation on who, Shelly? Me?
No, me.
Evaluating you for Brooks?
I am not at liberty to say.
Then for who?
I'm sorry. Maybe being in here is a distraction. We can always meet after, Shelly.
No, Allie, you're fine. Just please ignore them, especially Gus. I always do. Moving on to our next item.
Why are you being evaluated, Shelly?
We're all evaluated, Gus. Everyone with a job is evaluated.
Oh, yeah? Well, who evaluates me?
I do. So, now, can we please move on?
No, we can't.
I'll just go. When this is over, when is this over, Shelly?
3 o'clock.
All right. I'll meet you in your office then.
Thank you, Allie. Thanks a lot, Gus.
What did I do?
Shelly, what's this about?
Nothing, Pat. I mean, you know how Brooks is. He just wants to see how I'm doing. Though, clearly, I can't even run a meeting properly with Gus in the room. Oh, you know.
Whoa. Don't put your poor leadership skills there on me.
Gus, stop. Shelly, Brooks has never sent down an evaluator before. What's going on?
It's nothing that you need to worry about.
Yeah, well, I'm worried, Shelly.
Well, don't be.
Why not?
Do I look worried?
No.
Then you don't need to be either. So can we just please get through this?
Sure, sorry.
Thank you. All right. Next item.
A short time later.
Sorry about that.
It's all right.
No, I should have warned Gus that you would be there. He doesn't like change.
I understand why you wouldn't want to fill him in about me, but you didn't think of a cover story?
I didn't think that I would need one. I guess I just didn't expect that he would be so pushy, though I should have. Anyway, I told him that you would be around and he's going to drop his little interrogation.
That's good. Though I don't think I'll get a good read on things when Gus is present anyway. I can tell he won't act normal around me.
Do most people?
You'd be surprised. I can blend into the scenery pretty well.
Yeah. Anyway, so what is the next step?
Well, we've got the full background check in on you, and while there are a couple concerns, I don't see anything disqualifying.
Do you need me to answer some questions or?
I don't think that will be necessary. We have other ways of finding out the details. Less biased. You understand.
Of course. And you wanted to see me work?
Yes, but I can just sit in the control booth with you during the show. I don't need to be in your meetings.
Don't they want to make sure that I play well with others?
I think we've got enough on that topic for now.
All right. So, what is the time frame on this? I mean, when can I expect an offer if they want to go forward? I mean,
probably a couple of weeks.
Ooh, this is a thorough process.
Yes, it is.
For the record, I haven't decided to leave the station.
Of course not.
I mean, I made that very clear when this inquiry was started. I mean, I'll keep an open mind to anything that you want to present to me, but I like my job here.
Of course you do. There is no pressure.
It feels like there's some pressure.
The process can be very invasive, but it has to be at this level.
Yeah, yes, of course. Oh, wow, I'm sorry. I didn't expect this kind of thing.
You've earned the look. You're doing impressive work.
Thank you.
There is one area of concern that I want to talk about.
Oh, sure. Go ahead.
The Women's March in D.C., 2017.
Yeah.
You were there?
Of course. Hundreds of thousands of people were.
Yes. But there was an incident.
There were a few.
One in particular.
All right.
Anything you'd like to shed light on?
Look, maybe you should tell me which incident you're referring to. I didn't think that it would get that out of hand.
But it did.
I mean, not as far as I was involved. I was only there at the beginning.
Destruction of federal property is something that the government takes very seriously.
Of course. I didn't destroy anything. The paint that I used was washable. It would have come right off the next time that it rained.
But that wasn't the end of it.
It was for me.
You were there.
Yeah. All right, I was. And I saw what happened, of course. But I wouldn't go that far. Not at a peaceful protest.
Would you ever participate in a non-peaceful protest?
I get the feeling you already know the answer to that.
I'd like to hear yours.
Yes. Yes, I think that I would. But I haven't. And I don't have any plans to at the moment.
Good. Don't make them.
Of course not. Look, I'm not against the current administration or the country in general.
We know. We wouldn't be talking right now if we thought you were.
Good. Good.
You'd be talking to somebody a lot scarier than me.
Right. Of course.
I think I have enough for today. Is it all right if I sit in the booth with you during tomorrow's show?
Absolutely. Anything that you need, I'm at your disposal.
Thank you, Shelly. It was a pleasure speaking with you again.
Likewise.
You got a minute?
For you, Pat? Of course.
What's going on, Shelly?
What do you mean?
Who was that woman?
It's nobody that you need to worry about.
Don't do this, Shelly.
Do what?
Deflect and keep things from me. I took a leap of faith with you, and we're in this together. If something's going on...
Look, she has nothing to do with the show, Pat.
Oh, good.
So, anything else?
Yes, actually. What is that woman doing here?
Pat, I told you.
That she has nothing to do with the show, yes. So, why are you being evaluated?
It's nothing.
It's definitely not nothing.
Pat?
Don't yank me around, Shelly. You owe it to me to be upfront with the truth.
I'm not lying to you, Pat.
That isn't true.
Yeah, I don't know what you want me to say.
Is Morning Show going to need a new producer?
I don't know.
Finally, truth.
It's just an evaluation, Pat. No offer has been made, and even if it is, I don't know if I'm going to accept it.
Makes sense. You're better than this show.
Ugh, I'm not.
You are. What's the job?
I don't even know. They haven't told me.
Who's it with?
I signed an NDA.
Private sector or public?
I can't tell you that.
I'm really going to miss you, Shelly.
Pat, I haven't decided to leave.
Yes, you have.
Pat, I really haven't. What's so funny?
I was upset at you for not being honest with me. And you're not even being honest with yourself.
What's that supposed to mean?
I'll see you tomorrow, Shelly.
The next day.
Welcome to Morning Show. I'm Pat Schock.
And I'm Gus Goodale.
Let's start with the day's news. While there have not been any further destructive protests in the nation's capital in the past month, the president is said to be considering relocating the national government rather than rebuild in D.C.
And I don't think I've ever heard anything so crazy.
Buildings have been burned, monuments destroyed. If they were going to move the government, now would be the perfect time.
Yeah, but D.C. has always been the capital.
Not always. While the city was being built, the nation's business was conducted in Philadelphia and Baltimore, New York.
We don't need a history lesson there, Pat. I just don't think they're going to move it.
Why not? With everything that happened on the West Coast this year, having things more centrally located would be a wise move. The president and Congress may feel a bit isolated all the way out east, and we need to bring everyone back together.
Well, I don't think Congress will let the president move anything.
We'll see, Gus. But there are several cities under consideration, or they could build a new one. If they do move, where do you think they'd move to?
Well, I have no idea, Pat, but as long as it's not in my backyard, I don't really care.
I don't think your backyard is big enough, Gus.
Whoa, hey! I make the jokes on this show, Pat.
Well, the second story this morning is...
That's it for this episode. Come back for our first season finale in December to find out if Shelly will be leaving the program and Pat and Gus behind on another morning show.
It's All Been Done Radio Hour, number 317. Morning Show, Episode 9, Evaluation. This episode was written by Jerome Wetzel and directed by Samantha Stark. It starred Kristin Green as Shelly Meyers, Keith Jackson as Pat Schock, Nathan Haley as Gus Goodale, and Eva Espey as Allie Friedan. The episode was narrated by Darren Esler, and our Foley artist is Seamus Talty. Our technical director is Shane Stefanchik, and our music director is Kristin Green. Theme songs are composed by Nathan Haley, with lyrics by Jerome Wetzel. The podcast is edited by Chris Allen. Make sure you're checking out our website at iabdpresents.com. And also, make sure you're following us on social media at IABD Presents. We're on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And on Facebook, there is actually a separate It's All Been Done Radio Hour page. Thanks for listening. Have a great week.
It's All Been Done presents. Who's got the time?